And good morning from Spokane. Spokane Steve here, and it's time for Strat-O-Matic Baseball, the coffee version. So good morning to you on the west, good afternoon on the east. There's Franklin Long. Welcome, Franklin. Oh yeah, we're walking in. It must be the bargain day at the concession stand, right, Franklin? Anyway, I'm doing an earlier game today because I will be visiting family later today. And this is the last game on the schedule for the date of May 15th, 1966. So I wanted to get that one in so that I can get the stats update done. And then we can move on to the following week, starting with May 16th. There's only one game on May 16th. Interestingly, I like to hit on the schedule. This is the fourth of a four-game series. Braves come in a disappointing 12-20. Cardinals right in the thick of things at 14-12, and Tony Cloninger, the right-hander, will take the mound for the Braves. Art Mahaffey for St. Louis. And hello, Mike. Welcome. Good to see a couple of familiar faces here. I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm normally not on at this time. Still on the morning coffee. Cloninger has really struggled this season. He's 1-6 with a 5.98 ERA. He's made 8 starts. Mahaffey's made just one start. He won it. 6 1/3 innings, 2.84 ERA. Both right-handers. I'm going to get started a little bit early. At least get you the lineups here. We can get going. My guess is most of the regulars will catch this one on the replay. Anyway, I'm going to get it in. So for the Braves, leading off at first base today, Felipe Alou. Mac Jones in center field bats second. Hank Aaron in the 3 spot in right field. Joe Torre, the catcher, hits cleanup. Gary Geiger in left in the 5 spot. Eddie Matthews at third. Woody Woodward down at short, and Frank Bowling at second round out the lineup with Cloninger, a good hitting pitcher, hitting ninth. St. Louis defensively will have Tim McCarver behind the plate, Orlando Cepeda at first, Javier and Buchek up the middle, Charlie Smith at third base, and the outfield left to right of Brock, Flood, and Shannon. Oh yeah, that'll do it every time, Mike. 50-cent beer day, absolutely. Boy, that was when, no, it wasn't. Never mind, I was thinking of something else. That's probably decent for 1966, right? I can remember sometime in the mid-'80s, once in a while we'd go down to Tijuana and drink Coronas in a bar for a quarter. That was in the 80s, mid-'80s. That's back when it was selling for, I think, $4 something a 6-pack in the stores in the States. Yes, it is. Yes, it is nice to be retired. Already had a morning walk with Mookie. He's getting used to his new cat tree. And I'm going to go ahead and start this one. Mahaffey's ready to go now. Felipe Alou steps in, batting .304 on the season. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs, 17 extra base hits. Mahaffey ready to deal now. There's the windup. The first pitch is a 6-6 right-hander. It's a ground ball to the left side. Buchek charges it. Wait a minute, that's an, yes, 6-6 is a ground ball A. These cards are hard to read. Grounder to short, Buchek to Cepeda, and there's one out. I should probably, let me bring up Mahaffey's card on my screen in the Windows game, a little easier to read there. Mac Jones will step to the plate now. Jones just recently returned from an injury. He is 0 for 8 on the season, looking for his first hit still, left-handed batter. Mahaffey into the windup. That's going to be a 4-4 left-handed. It's a fly ball to center field X. That's going to be a tough play for Flood. Flood, however, a Golden Glove 1E0 makes the roll strictly a formality. The roll is an 11, the E rating is a 4, and he makes a fine running catch for the out. Flood went a long way to get to that ball, showing off his blazing speed here in the first. And with 2 out and nobody on, here's Henry Aaron. Aaron hitting just 192 so far. He does have 10 home runs, good for second in the NL, and 21 RBIs. Still trying to get that average up. Mahaffey gets the sign from McCarver. The pitch to Aaron, 1-5, single to 12, and that's past a diving Smith and into left field for a 2-out single. So Henry Aaron aboard, a star 19 Steeler. Let's check the St. Louis battery now. Mahaffey a -1 hold, McCarver a -1 arm. That would make him a 17. They're going to have to hold him, making him a 15. And with 2 away, Joe Torre will come to bat. Torre leading the club in batting, at least as far as officially. Torre hitting .345, 3 homers, a team-leading 24 RBIs. Rico Cardi hitting .388, but not enough at-bats to qualify. Mahaffey from the stretch now. The pitch to Torre is a 6-11 right-handed. That's a fly ball to right field X. That's going to be a tough play for Shannon. Shannon a 2E5 racing towards the line. Here's the play on a 9. It's the E rating. The roll is a 10. Shannon an E5, and he makes a fine running catch to retire the side. So the Cardinals flashing the leather here in the first inning. Braves get a hit but leave a man. After half an inning of play, it's Atlanta 0, St. Louis coming to bat. Yeah, Mike, I remember when I moved to Grass Valley in 1981. There was a little bar in town called the Tack Room in Penn Valley. They used to have dollar drafts all the time, and at that point in time, that was a hell of a good deal. As Tony Cloninger gets ready to work, let's get you the St. Louis batting order. Lou Brock will lead it off in left. Mike Shannon, the right fielder, hits second. Kurt Flood in center in the 3 spot. Orlando Cepeda at first, bats cleanup. Tim McCarver will do the catching and hit 5th. Charlie Smith down at 3rd, hits 6th. Julian Javier at second base. And Jerry Buchek at shortstop round out the lineup. Art Mahaffey, the pitcher, bats 9th. The Braves defensively have Torre doing the catching, Felipe Alou at first, Bowling and Woodward up the middle, Eddie Matthews at third, with an outfield left to right of Geiger, Jones, and Aaron. So Lou Brock steps into the box now from the left side. Brock hitting just .229 on the season. 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Cloninger gets the sign from Torre, and here's the pitch to Lou Brock. It's a 1-6 right-handed, fly ball into right field, playable for Aaron. He's there to make the catch for the out. That'll bring up Mike Shannon. Shannon 8 for 34 on the year. That's .235. Of the 8 hits, 4 are home runs. Cloninger into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Shannon. That's a 5-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Hey, Shannon retired on strikes. And here's Kurt Flood. Flood batting .278 so far, just 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Cloninger into the windup. The pitch to Flood is a 3-7 right-handed. It's a little comebacker. Cloninger gloves it, takes a couple steps towards first, and tosses it to Alou to retire the side. So a 1-2-3 inning for Cloninger. After 1 inning, we are scoreless. The Braves really need Cloninger to get something going. I'm not sure what to expect out of Mahaffey. Computer-only card. Did well in his first start. He'll be facing Geiger, Matthews, and Woodward in the second. Gary Geiger hitting .263. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs for Gary. Right-hander gets the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Geiger. On a 1-8, he works out a leadoff walk. A walk to Geiger, no threat to steal. And here's Eddie Matthews now. Matthews near the tail end of his career, but he's still got some pop. He's hitting .239 on the season, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Mahaffey now working out of the stretch. That's going to be a 5-10 left-hander. It's a fly ball to right and shallow. Shannon coming on now and just does catch up with it for out number 1. Here's Woody. Woody Woodward hitting .239. No homers, but 12 RBIs. Mahaffey from the stretch delivers a 4-12 right-handed. It's a grounder to the pitcher X. Mahaffey a 4-E-0. And here's the play. Could be a double play. On an 18, it is a ground ball to the pitcher. His only play is to, on an 18, it's a base hit off of the pitcher. So a playable ball, it's ruled an infield single. Questionable scoring, I would say. Geiger will stop at second. And Woodward aboard with a base hit. My apologies on that last play. I was so sure it was going to go to the E0, which is an automatic ground ball A. And most of them do, right? You've got only 1 through 3, 18 through 20, so 6 out of 20 that don't go to the error rating. Frank Bowling will bat now, 2 on, 1 away. Bowling off to a rough start, just 9 for 47 on the season, does not have a home run. 4 RBIs for Frank. Mahaffey into the windup. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-2. That's a base hit into right field. An open single for Bowling. Geiger can try to score on that with 1 out, 14. Shannon makes it a 1 through 12 with his -2, and they will hold him up. No, they will not. The pitcher due up, they're going to send him. They're sending him 1 to 12. Here's Shannon's throw to the plate. On a 12, he's in there. Holy cow. Woodward to third. Bowling rounds first. He'll stay there with an RBI single. So Atlanta draws first blood with a run in the second. It's 1-0 Braves. Runners at the corners with 1 down, and a pretty good hitting pitcher in Tony Cloninger coming to the plate. He's a right-handed hitter, 7 with end power. St. Louis will play it back. Mahaffey from the stretch. There's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-9 double 1. I'm going to double check that. That's going to be a re-roll on the 20, by the way. 4-9 is a double 1. Give me a moment here while I get to Mahaffey's card. Single 2 stars, anything else. It's a single 2 stars, and Cloninger helps his cause with an RBI single. Woodward crosses the plate. Bowling scurries into third, and it's 2-0 Braves. That'll turn the lineup over. Here's Felipe Alou again. Grounded to short his first time. Runners at the corners, 1 down. Infield at double play depth. Mahaffey gets the sign. There's the pitch to Alou. It's a 3-6 right-handed. Single 2 stars. Another run will score. Bowling crosses the plate. Cloninger rounds second and heads for third. Alou will stop at first with an RBI single. And it's 3-0 Braves. So the Braves all over Mahaffey here in the second. In fact, there's already activity in the St. Louis pen. Lefty Larry Jaster throwing down there. Jaster available today. Well, hello, Mookie. Okay, but you can't be on the computer. Slight delay in the game as a cat runs onto the field. Okay, we're ready to roll now. Here's Mac Jones, runners at the corners, 1 away. Mahaffey winds and deals. That's going to be a 4-4 lefty. It's a fly ball to center field X. That's Flood. As good as they come out there with a 1-E-0, will it be deep enough to score a run? Let's see. On a 13, it's a fly ball C. Shallow fly ball. Runners will hold. So the Cardinals perhaps catch a break there. Shallow fly ball. Flood charged in and got it in quickly. That retires Jones. Not out of the woods by any means. 2 out, 2 aboard, and Henry Aaron steps to the plate. Mahaffey set now. The pitch to Aaron. 6-7 right-handed is a ground ball to second base X. That's Javier, a fine second baseman. 2E15. Here's the roll on the play. On a 2, he's not going to get it. That is right under his glove. Knocked down. Single 1 star. That will allow Cloninger to score. Alou stops at second. And it's 4-0 Braves. And the Braves will bat around here in the second as Joe Torre comes to the plate. Jaster about ready down there in the pen. Mahaffey's pitch to Torre. On a 4-7, he walks him to load the bases. And here comes Shane Dienst, and that's going to be it. So it's an early shower for Mahaffey today. Last just 1 2/3. He allowed 6 hits, walked a pair, did not strike out anyone. So a rough day for Art Mahaffey as he hits the showers. And the left-handed Larry Jaster will be coming on to pitch for the Cardinals. Jaster's made 5 starts on the season. This is his first relief appearance. He's 3-1 with a 1.62 ERA, 2 complete games, one of them a shutout. He's been marvelous. Just 22 hits allowed in 39 innings of work. Hasn't been starting lately, and no start in his immediate future on the schedule. So he's available in the pen, where he is a 3-rated reliever for endurance. Here's a Geiger now. Walk to start this inning off. Comes up for the second time in the second. Left on left now. Jaster set. It's a 1-12. It's a Lomax. Liner to first, speared by Cepeda. And what I'm going to do is split this in half. That way I don't have to move everything over. So for Atlanta, 4 runs in the second on 5 hits. They leave the bases juiced. We go to the bottom of the second, 4-0 Braves. And hello, Kelly Hibbs. Oh, I agree, Franklin. That's why I went to the reliever with the most innings available. He may have to suck some of them up right here. Here's Cloninger now, staked to a 4-run lead. Things are looking up for Atlanta, at least so far. Orlando Cepeda will lead it off. Cepeda with the Cardinals, 222, just 4 for 18 with a home run. Cloninger into the windup. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. It's a 5-3 right-handed, a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be Geiger, a good outfielder, 2E7. Geiger racing towards the line, and here's the play. On an 18, he makes the catch for the out. One down, and here's Tim McCarver now. McCarver leading the club in batting at .347. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs for Tim. Cloninger into the windup. Here's the pitch to McCarver now, a 212 right-handed. He hits him. Oh my. McCarver will take his base on the hit by pitch. His second hit by pitch of the season. McCarver, one of the few, if not the only, asterisk base stealer among catchers in this card set. So we'll check the Braves battery now. Cloninger with a +1 hold. Torrey a 0 arm. That would make McCarver a 16. They'll have to hold him on, making him a 14. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Charlie Smith. Smith hitting .343 so far. 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Cloninger out of the stretch. Comes to the plate, 2-6 right-handed, and pops him up on the left side. Infield fly rule. Eddie Matthews takes it, and that's the second out of the inning. Julian Javier will be the hitter now. Javier hitting .184 so far. He does have 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. McCarver still being held. From the stretch, the pitch from Cloninger. Technical issues here. Bear with me, trying to restore the feed. Okay, I think we've got it. My apologies. Checking in with the group now. Can everybody hear me? Do you have picture? Looks good now. Okay, here's the situation. Matthews at second with one away, and here's Frank Bowling. Bowling singled in a run his first time up. Matthews led off with a single. Woodward laid down a perfect bunt to move him to second, and here's Bowling. Jaster into the windup with a 6-10 right-handed. It's a fly to left and shallow. Brock charging in and makes the grab. That'll bring up Cloninger, the pitcher. Cloninger singled his first time up, knocked in a run, and came around to score himself. Jasper with the pitch. That's a 4-5 right-handed. It's a little slow roller to third. Smith charging it, bare hand, throws across in time. And that retires the side. No runs a hit, one left. To the bottom of the third we go, 4-0 Braves. So Cloninger trying to right the ship here. Buchek, the pitcher's spot, and Brock due up. This early in the game will probably let Jaster bat and try to get some length out of him. Buchek, an incredible story so far. He's 26 for 60. That's a .433 batting average. 2 home runs and a team-leading 14 RBIs in part-time play. Oh, sure, he's a .456 at short, but could they live without him? Here's the pitch from Cloninger. 2-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Cloninger. Here's Jaster now. Jaster, a 6 hitting pitcher, left-handed batter with end power. Gonna need a new hitting card here. So Jaster, a pretty good hitting pitcher in his own right. He's gonna bat here. Here's the pitch from Cloninger. 4-9 to the left-hander. It's a fly ball into left field. That's a routine play for Geiger, who squeezes it for out number 2. That'll bring up Lou Brock. Brock, 0 for 1 in this one. Cloninger into the windup. 3-8 right-handed is a base hit into right field, and Brock's aboard with a 2-out single, and we know what that means. Brock second in the league so far with 12 stolen bases. He's a star 19. Cloninger a +1, Torrey a 0, 20. Held on, he's an 18. And he's going to try for that lead. 2 through 5 are 12. It's a 5. He's got it. 1-18. The pitch to Shannon. There goes Brock. Torrey's throw. He's stolen on a possible overthrow number. Torrey, overthrow 1-12. Here's the roll, and he does not overthrow. So a stolen base for Brock, his 13th of the season. And here's the next pitch to Shannon. Brock in scoring position now. Shannon trying to pick him up. .37 right-handed is a fly ball to center. Jones backing up a bit and hauls it in to retire the side. No runs a hit, 1 left. We're through 3. And it's 4-0 Braves. And a shout out to OG and Joel Horman's here. Tahoe Joel, right? Yeah, I agree 100%. I think the 5 is the second best hitting card. I think it's better than the 6 or the 7. 8's obviously the best, but I think I'd rather have a 5 than a 6 or a 7. Well, not really, Frank. I feel good. I got a good night's sleep. Let me take a break and refill my coffee. Not so much a question of being tired. Perhaps it's a case of it being a little early in the day for me. Okay. Try to inject some more life into it here. Takes me a while to lose that morning voice in the morning as well. The scratchy morning voice, a product of 42 years of smoking, and that's what you get. Yeah, it's a good hitting card. It doesn't have the power of the 7, but a lot more on base. Top of the order due for the Braves here in the 4th. It'll be a Lou to lead things off. Felipe 1 for 2 today. Jasper gets the sign from McCarver. The lefty winds and deals. Here's the pitch. That's a 2-4 left-handed. He pops him up left side. Buchek waving his arms. He's got it. 1 down. Here's Mac Jones, the center fielder now. Jones 0 for 2 on the day. 2 well-struck balls to center field, both ran down by the superlative Curt Flood in center. Jasper into the windup. Here's the pitch to Jones. That's a 5-10 left-handed. That will be a grounder to short X. That's going to be Buchek. Buchek a 4E56, and here's the play. On a 3, he's not going to get that. That's through and into left field for a single. So Mac Jones picks up his first hit of the day. He's 1 for 3 and a star 15 stealer. Jasper, same hold as Cloninger, a +1. Torrey a 0. Jones a 16 will have to be held on, making him a 14. And Henry Aaron at the plate, he'll swing away. Well, I switched to vaping in the fall of 2016. I cheated and had one that Christmas. Christmas 2016, haven't had one since. Aaron's 2 for 2 on the day. Jones takes his lead, being held at first. Jasper from the stretch. The pitch to Hammer and Hank is a 4-7 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. Aaron will take his base. Jones moves down to second. And the Braves have something going here in the 4th. Joe Torre will be the hitter now. 0 for 1 with a walk today. Jasper getting the sign. So you got one figuring his endurance. He's a 3 endurance. He got 1 out there. 1 2/3 so far. The pitch to Torrey. 6-4 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Brock going back, still going back, just shy of the track makes the catch. So Brock, with his blazing speed, able to get back there and make the play. And now Jasper entering his first inning of potential fatigue. The batter will be Geiger, 0 for 1 with a walk, both in the same inning. Left on left, Jasper comes set and delivers a 2-6, and he walks him to load the bases. So the Braves have the bases loaded yet again. Aaron to second, Jones down to third. And that'll bring up Eddie Matthews. Matthews 1 for 2 in this one. Jasper checks the runners. Now the full wind up and the pitch to Eddie Matthews is a 3-6 left-handed. He pops him up on the infield. Javier waving everyone off. And he'll squeeze it for out number 3. No runs, a hit, 3 left. Braves leave the sacks full. To the bottom of the fourth we go, still 4-0 Atlanta. Cloninger's been in complete command so far. He's only surrendered 1 hit. Heart of the order due for St. Louis. Flood, Cepeda, and McCarver. Flood 0 for 1 in this one. Standing in from the right side, Cloninger gets the sign from Torrey now, and here's the pitch to Flood. 4-9 right-handed. The fly ball into right field, playable. Aaron ranges to his right a bit and hauls it in for the out. That'll bring up Cepeda. Cepeda flew to left his first time up today. Cloninger in the windup. Here's the pitch to Orlando. 1-7, base hit up the middle. Cepeda with a 1-out single. Cepeda a star 15 stealer. 16. And he'll have to be held on. That makes him a 14. And here's Tim McCarver. McCarver was hit by a pitch in the second. He says, remember, I'm the catcher here. We can play that game too. Cloninger from the stretch. Pitch to McCarver is a 4-6 left-handed, a single to 13 on a 1. That's past the diving Alou. Into right field for a single. Aaron playing shallow, backs it up quickly. Cepeda rounds and holds at second. And the Cardinals, just like that, have something going here in the fourth. Charlie Smith will be the hitter. Popped to third his first time. Cloninger toes the rubber now, gets the sign from the stretch. The pitch to Charlie Smith is a 2-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout there for Cloninger, his third of the game. Here's Julian Javier, 0 for 1. Runners take their leads. The pitch from Cloninger, 1-5 right-handed, is a triple 1-7 on a 15. That's going to hang up in second. Jones backs up and hauls it in to retire the side. So for the Cardinals, no runs, 2 hits. They leave a pair. We're through 4. 4-0 Atlanta. Bottom third of the order for the Braves as we move to the 5th inning. No, it does not, OG. I kind of wish it did. That would be fun. As far as for stat keeping, I guess it doesn't make that much difference. Here's Woody now, 1 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Jasper gets the sign from McCarver now. Here's the windup, and the pitch to Woody is a 1-7 left-handed, a double to 3, and look at that. He rolls the 3, splits the gap in left center, Flood running it down. Woodward rounds and holds with a leadoff double. One more Walker hit will fatigue Jaster, so we've got activity again in the St. Louis pen. Nelson Bryles throwing now. Another long man. Bryles pitched in this game in real life. I think he got the save, actually. I'd have to double check that. Yes, he did. There's Astros Reefer. Welcome. Nice job, Frank. Sound like my friend Eric, always a long lunch. He's a government worker, though. I'm not sure what you do. Nothing like government work, right? Bowling will be the hitter now. Leadoff double by Woody Woodward. Bowling 1 for 2 on the day. Jaster set. Here's the pitch to Frank Bowling. It's a 3-10 left-handed. That's a base hit into right field. An open single. Woodward can try to score on that. He's a 13. Shannon with a -2 arm. They're going to hold him at third. No sense taking any chances here with nobody out. And that fatigues Jaster. So here comes Shane Deans. Bryles will be coming in. Jaster winds up going 2 1/3. Allows 4 hits. I was going to say no runs, but no runs so far. He walked a pair. Did not strike out a batter. So all 4 runs charged to Mahaffey. And here comes Nelson Bryles. Wasn't Bryles famous for some musical endeavor? Singing, playing the trumpet? No, it was Carmen Fanzone that played the trumpet, right? Come on, guys, shout him out when you know him. Bryles sang, or did he sing the national anthem? Or I might be getting him mixed up with Fanzone. Bryles in the replay, 2 relief appearances, 3 starts. He's 0-1 with a very high 9 earned run average across 13 innings of work. He'll try to suck up some innings here. A 3 rated reliever for endurance. The batter is Cloninger. First and third, nobody out. Cardinals will have to pull the infield in here. They can't fall behind anymore. Already trail by 4. Cloninger will swing away. Right-handed hitter 7 in. Here's the pitch from Bryles on a 4-9. It's a base hit for Cloninger. Single to center. Woodward crosses the plate. Bowling can go to third, 1 through 10. He'll round the hold at second. So Cloninger, with his second RBI of the afternoon, makes it 5-0 Braves. And the batter will be Alou. Alou 1 for 3. Bryles gets the sign from McCarver now. From the stretch, here's the pitch to Felipe. It's a 6-8 right-handed double to 6. On a 20, it's a single 2 stars. Bowling will round and score. Cloninger rounds second and heads for third. It's an RBI single for Alou. And the route is on. 6-0 Atlanta. Four consecutive hits in the inning, still nobody out, and Mac Jones the hitter. At this point, they're going to play back for the double play. Jones is 1 for 3. From the stretch, Bryles comes in with a 1-11, and he hits him. Very interesting there. McCarver hit by the pitch himself. Now the game appears out of hand at 6-0. You have to wonder if McCarver didn't call for that. Jones, who just came off the disabled list, does not look happy about it. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Hank Aaron at the plate. Aaron has not been retired today. 2 singles and a walk. Briles gets the sign now. The full windup. The pitch to Aaron is a 4-10 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. And it was a big one. Briles strikes out Henry Aaron with the bases loaded. Here's Torrey now, 0 for 2 with the walk. And here's the pitch from Briles. That's going to be a 5-5 right-handed. Fly ball to right field. That's going to be deep enough to get another run in. Shannon backs up and makes the catch. Cloninger will tag and score. And it's 7-0 Braves. Here's Geiger now. Geiger walked twice, line to first. Briles under the windup. Here's the pitch, 2-8 right-handed. He struck him out. Three more for the Braves, however, on 4 hits. They leave a pair. And they take a 7-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th. Jerry Buchek will lead it off. He struck out his first time up. Cloninger ready now. The windup and the pitch. A 5-7 as a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Javier. A 2E15. Sorry, that's going to be Bowling. A 3E16. And here's the play. On a 10, it's the error rating. The roll of a 10 on a 16. He makes a fine play and throws him out. So nice play, Frank Bowling. 4-3X, trailing by 7. Boy, the Cardinals really need to get some length out of Briles. They're going to let him bat here. A 1W right-handed batter. And here's Cloninger's pitch. It's a 2-7, swung on and missed. Strike 3. 4th K of the day for Tony Cloninger. 2 out, nobody on, and here's Brock. Brock 1 for 2 on the day. Cloninger winds the deal. 3-4 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to right field. That's going to be down in the corner. Brock is off and running. Aaron chasing it down. Brock round second. He's headed for third. Here's the throw. He is safe with a 2-out triple. Let's take another look at it. 3-4 righty was a homer to 12. 20. It's a triple for Lou Brock. That's his first triple of the season. Three doubles, 3 home runs. That's his first triple. Well, thank you, Joel. God, I need to write that down. First, Shannon will be the batter. Shannon's 0 for 2 today. Runner at third, 2 down. Here's the pitch from Tony Cloninger now. On a 1-7, struck him out. So the Cardinals leave Brock stranded at third. Through 5, it's all Atlanta. 7-0. Bear with me a minute. I'm going to write these down. A 2 bats 160. A 3 177. A 4 231. The 5 the highest at 286. 6 hits 162, a 7 177, and the 8 270 with power. Should be noted, of course, that the 6 and the 7 have some power, but no on base to speak of. So I stick to my original statement that next to the 8, I'd rather have the 5 than any other. That would be awesome, Joel. I would appreciate that. I mean, I have a vague feel for how each one is. The 1 and the 2 basically worthless, right? We've played 5 here in St. Louis. Braves up 7-0. Bryles will come out and pitch another inning here at least. It'll be Eddie Matthews to lead it off for the Braves. Matthews 1 for 3 today. Oh, and thanks for the Bryles thing too, Joel. Yeah, it was the singing. National anthem in the 72 series. Thanks, Joel. I knew it was something like that. Here's Eddie, 1 for 3. Bryles into the windup. Comes in there with a 3-8 right-handed and strikes him out. 2 Ks in a row for Bryles. 3 of the last 4 down on strikes. Too little too late for the Cardinals, I'm afraid. Here's Woody now. Woody 2 for 2 on the day. Bryles comes set. 6-9 right-handed. That's a base hit into center field. And Woody has his 3rd hit of the afternoon. That'll bring up Frank Bowling, the second baseman. 2 for 3 today. Bryles working from the stretch now. That's a 5-10 right-handed fly to center and shallow. Flood coming fast now. He's there. And there are 2 away. That'll bring up Cloninger, who in addition to pitching a hell of a game today, has swung the bat. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Right-handed batter, 7-in. Bryles comes in with a 4-5. It's a grounder to shortstop X, but that's going to be Buchek, a 4E56. Hold your breath on this one. On a 16, he makes the play and shovels it to Javier for the force, and that'll retire the side. 6-4 X. No runs, a hit, 1 left. They probably have to make a separate card for Ruth Franklin. So it's officially a laugher here in the morning game, guys. 7-0 Braves. I have to admit, I'm kind of happy to see the Braves getting a win. They've really underachieved so far this season. Nothing against St. Louis by any means. And the Cardinals will try to get off the deck here against Cloninger in the bottom of the 6th, starting off with Curt Flood, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Cloninger getting the sign now from Torrey. Here's the windup and the pitch to Flood. It's a 2-5 right-handed. It's a grounder into the hole. It's short. Woodward backhands, plants, long throw just in time to nip the speedy Flood at first. Here's Cepeda now, 1 for 2. Cloninger, the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 3-12 right-handed, and he draws the walk. 1-out walk to Orlando. Star 15. Cloninger a +1. Torrey a 0. 1-16, they will hold him, making him a 14, and Tim McCarver will be the hitter. Tim, hit by the pitch in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Cloninger checks the runner. Now from the stretch. Here's the pitch now. It's a 3-4 right-handed, and he pops him up on the right side. Bowling will take it. And there's 2 away. With 2 out and a man on first, Charlie Smith will be the hitter. He's 0 for 2 today. Cloninger from the stretch, a 2-8 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3, and down go the Cardinals. Smith fans for the second time today. No runs, no hits, a man left. We've played 6. It's all Braves, 7-0. Oh, Mike, to answer your question, they're all 1s. They're all 1W now. Sometimes in keeper leagues where usage is a factor, we'll use a pitcher in a blowout to pinch hit to save him at bat, if that makes sense. I do it quite a bit. Gaming the game? Oh, sure it is. But everybody does it. Felipe Alou will start off the 7th here. Bryles in his 3rd inning of work. This would be the first inning of potential fatigue for Bryles. Felipe 2 for 4 on the day. Bryles getting the sign from Torrey now. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-3 base hit into left field. Alou his 3rd hit of the afternoon. And he's aboard to lead things off here in the 7th. Yeah. Well, he's got his own hitting card. That kind of brings me to a thing I saw on MLB, which I kind of agree with. I know they made that rule for Ohtani, but I'm of the opinion that a team should lose its DH when the starting pitcher is removed. What do you guys think of that? My reasoning for it is I think it would help force the right word? Force starters to pitch deeper into the game. It would certainly encourage, that's a better word, encourage managers to let starters pitch deeper into the game. It would certainly eliminate the opener. Well, it's called the Ohtani rule, but it applies to everybody. If he's pitching, which he's not this year, and comes out of the game as a pitcher, he now remains in the game as a DH. His first couple of years in the big leagues, that was not the case. Here's Jones, 1 for 3. He was hit by a pitch his last time up by Bryles. So an interesting confrontation here as Bryles comes set from the stretch. The pitch to Jones is a 3-5 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Bryles, and there's action again in the St. Louis pen. Now we're looking for a mop-up man at this point. Perfect guy for that job, Tracy Stallard, the righty. First and second, nobody out. Here's Aaron again. Hank Aaron 2 for 3 with a walk on the day. Bryles gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-9 right-handed. It's a fly to center. Flood is there, and that's the first out. I'm afraid you're right, Mike. I reluctantly agree. Torrey 0 for 2 in this one. Drew a walk, had a sac fly back in the 5th. Bryles ready to work now. Here's the pitch to Joe Torrey. That's going to be a 3-3, and he loses him to load the bases. 1 out walk to Torrey. Jones to second, Alou to third, and Bryles is fatigued, and here comes Shane Dienst. With Stallard coming in, they're going to double switch it this time. Phil Gagliano will go into the 9 spot and take over at third base. The pitcher will go in Smith's spot. Gagliano, a 4.38. Here's Stallard coming in. Bryles lasts 2 1/3. 4 hits. Walked 2 and hit a batter. Struck out 3. Stallard, a terrible card, but perfect for this situation. He's worked in 5 games, no record, a 4.82 ERA so far in the replay. He'll be facing Gary Geiger with the bases loaded and 1 away. Okay, Stallard ready to go now. Checks the runners, full windup. The pitch to Gary Geiger is a 3-9 right-handed. He struck him out. Out number 2, and it'll be up to Eddie Matthews. Matthews 1 for 4 in this one. Stallard into the windup. Here's the pitch to Eddie. That's a 5-6 left-handed, and he walks him to force in a run. Not really all that surprising at this point. Alou comes in to score. Jones to third, Torrey down to second. It's 8-0 Braves. And that'll bring up Woodward, who's 3 for 3 in this one. Bases loaded, 2 down. Here's the pitch to Woody. That's a 3-6 right-hander, a single to 16. The roll is a 9. It's a 1-star single. Jones will score. Torrey will be held at third with his blazing 1 through 8 speed. RBI single for Woody. 4 hits today for Woody. And that makes it 9-0. That's the forfeit score, of course. And it pretty much feels like a forfeit. You know, Kurt Miller, I was just thinking the same thing. The Braves are trying to look good for the stats that day, right? Here's Bowling, 2 for 4. Bases loaded, 2 down. Stallard into the windup. It's going to be a 4-8 right-handed base hit into left field. The floodgates are opened. Geiger will score. They'll hold Matthews at third. He could try to score. But frankly, why at this point? It's 10-0. Here's Cloninger. Cloninger's 2 for 4 on the day. The pitch from Stallard is a 5-7. That's going to be a double to 5. It's a 2-star single for Cloninger. Here comes Matthews to score. Here comes Woodward to score. Bowling stops at third. And Tony Cloninger has 4 RBIs on the day. It's now 12-0 Braves. Here's Alou now, 3 hits on the day. Stallard comes in with a 1-5. It's a homer to 3. That's going to be a double for Alou. That'll score Bowling. Cloninger will stop at third. Holy smoke. Well, it's a laugher. Here's Mac Jones now. Stallard into the windup. 6-9 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Shannon at the track, at the wall. It's gone. 3-run blast for Mac Jones. Holy crap. 9 runs in the inning for the Braves. I'm not sure it makes any difference at this point, Mike. You're not going to waste Horner or Woodschick. I guess we could bring in Don Dennis. Yeah, why not? Stallard's not getting anybody out. We're going to bring in Don Dennis. Two-thirds for Stallard. Can Euchre pitch? Good question. Base is empty. Here's Aaron. Dennis has worked in 3 games to the tune of a 20.25 ERA and 2 2/3 of an inning in which he surrendered 9 hits. He's ready to work now. Aaron 2 for 4 on the day. Here's the pitch to Hank Aaron. That's going to be a 3-5 right-handed. He struck him out. And mercifully, the inning comes to a close. Got to make sure to count these up again. I can't believe this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 runs on 6 hits. Nobody left. It's 16-0 Braves. This has got to be the most one-sided game of the year. Looks like the Braves finally got tired of all this talk about them underachieving so far. Bench players for St. Louis. Could get a couple guys in there. We'll let Javier bat. He's 0 for 2 today. Oh, wait a second. I got to move all these over now, too. Because that's now the rest of the 7th. And Cloninger, who's struggled all season so far, has thrown up nothing but goose eggs today. Javier will lead off. Cloninger with the windup. Pitch to Javier. A 6-4 right-hander flying to shallow center. Jones coming in now. And he makes the grab for the out. One away. Jerry Buchek will get the rest of the afternoon off. Dal Maxville will come in and hit and take over at short. Cloninger into the windup. The pitch to Dal is a 1-5 right-handed, and he draws the walk. So a walk to Maxville. Here's Phil Gagliano now. He came over to take over at third base in that double switch. Cloninger out of the stretch. 5-10 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's for Woody Woodward. 3E34, and here's the play. On a 2, he's not going to get it. That's a single 2 stars. Maxville will scurry into third. And now suddenly one more hit or walk will fatigue Cloninger. Activity in the Atlanta pen. Dick Kelly, a left-hander, throwing down there. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Lou Brock, the hitter. He's 2 for 3 in this one. Cloninger studying the sign from the stretch. Pitch to Lou Brock is a 6-6 left-handed. That's a base hit for Brock. That's going to score Maxville. Gagliano rounds and heads for third. It's an RBI single for Brock. And what do you know? The Cardinals are on the board. And that fatigues Cloninger. Here comes Bobby Bragg, and Cloninger just ran out of gas here in the 7th. His day comes to an end at 6 1/3. He allowed 6 hits, walked 2 and hit a man, and he struck out 6. Left-hander Dick Kelly coming in from the bullpen. Dick Kelly on the season's been in 7 games, no record, 2.70. And he'll be facing Mike Shannon here with runners at the corners and 1 down. Here come the Cardinals. Shannon 0 for 3. Kelly from the stretch. The pitch to Shannon's a 6-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And it'll be up to Curt Flood, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Kelly gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Flood now. It's a 6-4 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Kelly comes in and extinguishes the rally. The Cardinals score a run on 2 hits, leave a pair. 16-1 after 7. Atlanta's going to give Torrey a rest behind the plate. Gene Oliver will come in and hit and take over at catcher. So Oliver will start off the 8th against the righty Don Dennis. Dennis into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Oliver. It's a 3-11 comebacker. Dennis snares it. Flips to Cepeda. 1 down. Here's Gary Geiger now. 0 for 3, walked twice. The pitch from Dennis is a 1-11 fly ball into left field. Brock drifting over now and gloves it for out number 2. So Don Dennis, so far, the only Cardinal pitcher showing any signs of any pitching ability here today. And here's Eddie Matthews. Matthews a hit and a walk in this one. Dennis comes in 2-4, fly ball to left. Brock barely has to move, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Don Dennis. Mike's big on making moves from the bench. I don't mind doing it, but you got to remember it makes it harder to me to enter this game manually into the computer game. This one's going to be a bitch already with this expanded 7th inning here for Atlanta. Not that bad, I guess. I keep a pretty clean score sheet for the most part. Cepeda's going to bat against a left-hander. Kelly gets the sign from Oliver now. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. That's a 4-7 right-handed. A grounder to short. Woodward has it. Throws him out for out number 1. McCarver will take the rest of the day off. Pat Corrales will come on. That's for you, Mike. I'll do a few of them. Kelly into the windup. Here's the pitch to Corrales. 3-7 comebacker. Kelly has it. 2 Alou, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up Dennis. He's just going to go ahead and bat. He's a 1 WR. Pitch from Kelly. 5-3 right-handed is a grounder to the pitcher X. Kelly a 4E36. Hold your breath on this one. Error range, it's a 7 on an E36, and he boots it. Error Dick Kelly. First error of the game. And the pitcher, Dennis, reaches with 2 down. That'll bring up Javier. Kelly from the stretch. Pitch to Julian is a 6-9 right-handed. Single 2 stars. Look at that. Dennis rounds and takes third. Kind of questionable base running there for a pitcher in a 16-1 game. But he made it. All's well that ends well, I guess. Here's Maxville, the shortstop. Came in to replace Buchek in the 7th, drew a walk. Kelly's done the stretch. The pitch to Maxville's a 5-6 right hand, and it's a little two-hopper to third. Matthews gloves it across to Alou, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 2 left. We go to the 9th in a 16-1 laugher. Boy, that's what I get for playing a day game, I guess. A run of great close games ends here. Here's Woodward, 3 hits on the day. Dennis comes in 1-7 and loses in ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Woody Woodward. Other than the sac bunt, he's been on all 5 times. Here's Bowling with 3 hits on the day. Pitch from Dennis is a 5-7. It's a single to 13. That is knocked down at second by Javier, but he has no play. That'll go as an infield single for Bowling. Woodward stops at second. Kelly will be the batter. We're going to need a new pitcher's hitting card. He's a 1. Kelly rated 3 for endurance. He will bat. Pitch from Dennis, a 1-12. He pops him up on the right side. Javier makes the grab. And that's the first out of the inning. Big Dipper. Big Dipper is the Toll song of the day from the Too Old to Rock and Roll album. Lee Thomas will come in and take over at first. Alou will get the rest of the day off. Lee, a left-handed hitter. First and second. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Don Dennis. That's going to be a 4-6 left-handed. It's a grounder to first. Cepeda down to Maxville for 1. Back to first, not in time. So a 3-6 force. Woodward takes third. Bowling erased. And here's Mac Jones, the center fielder. Jones started the game 0 for 2, 1 for 3 rather, was hit by a pitch in the 5th, then walked, and then blasted a 3-run homer in the 8th. The pitch from Dennis on a 1-7, he pops him up on the right side. Javier squeezes it. And mercifully, for St. Louis fans, the few that are left on hand, that is, the scoring comes to an end for the Braves. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. And it's going to be up to Dick Kelly. Gagliano, Brock, and Shannon do. Gagliano will hit. Brock will hit. So here's Gagliano, bottom of the 9th, 16-1 laugher. The left-hander winds and deals 5-10. It's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Gagliano, a 4E8. Sorry, no, that's going to be Matthews, a 4E27. Beg your pardon. Wrong team. 4E27. Here's the play on a 1. He's not going to get that. That's through and into left field for a leadoff single. Brock will come to bat now, 3 for 4 on the day. Left on left, as Kelly delivers a 2-12 grounder to first base. Thomas has it. Down to Woodward for 1, back to first, not in time. 3-6 fourths. That erases Gagliano. Brock's at first. He could steal, but Kelly has a -5 hold. Oliver a +1. That makes him a 15. Held a 13. Well, they're not going to hold him. He's a 15. Why would you hold him leading by 15 runs? Wow, and Kurt Miller, thank you for pointing that out. Luke could try to steal at 15, but it would really be kind of defensive indifference, wouldn't it, at this point? Let's see if anybody wants to play on the St. Louis bench. Alex Johnson will come in and hit for Shannon. Johnson, the right-handed batter. Runner at first, 1 down. Kelly from the stretch comes in there with a 1-7. It's a grounder to short. That's going to do it. Woodward, 2 bowling, 2 Thomas, double play, and that's the ball game. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. Braves in a laugher, 16-1. Well, I guess that'll teach me to start games in the morning. Dennis, 2 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, amazingly no runs, 1 strikeout. Stallard in his 2/3, 3, 4, 6 hits. Is that right? All 9 runs charged to Stallard? Holy crap. No, that isn't right. Cloninger made the last out, so there was 1 out when Stallard came in. Stallard, a 1/3 of an inning. Looks like 5 hits. And I'll double check all this, of course, when I enter it into the Windows game manually. 6 runs for Stallard. A walk and a strikeout. Bryles allowed 2 runs. Sorry, Jasper allowed 2 runs. That must mean 4 runs charged to Bryles. That's right. The 1 run charge to Cloninger. Kelly 2 2/3. 2 hits. No runs. No walks. And 2 strikeouts. Cloninger, the winner, he's 2-6 now. Mahaffey, the loser. His record evens at 1-1. I got to agree with Woodward, a favorite of mine anyway. 4 hits, a walk, and a sacrifice. Aaron was 2 for 5 with a walk, drove in a run. The totals, this is brutal for the Braves. 16 runs on 20 hits, 1 error. The Cardinals 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. Crazy game. But that puts Sunday, May the 15th in the books. Probably will not have a game tomorrow, but what I will do is I'll bring you the stat update. Let's see where we are in that. I should have made a separate topic for this. I think that's 6 weeks now, isn't it? Or is it 5? Hell, I've lost count. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I'm going to get out of here and get my day started. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll do the stat update tomorrow, and after that, it's kind of day-to-day as far as playing the games while family's in town. So thanks once again. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day. Bye for now.